session, we are going to see a static electricity. We have seen the normal current electricity. Dear students, we are using electricity in our daily life for various purposes, such as to glow a bulb or run a fan. And this kind of electricity is produced due to the motion of charges or electrons. So this kind of electricity is known as what? Current electricity. But in today's topic, we are going to see static electricity. Now, what do you mean by static? Static means rest. Something is rest, something is not moving. So, in this topic, we are going to see a electricity which is produced due to friction between two different objects. So, now let's start. What is this static electricity? Now, students, few substances have an attractive property. That means, for example, glass or plastic or nylon, rubber, ebonite. If you rub with the other substances, they will acquire an attractive property. And this attractive property they have acquired due to formation of charge on it. So how these kind of charges are developed? By rubbing the two objects on each other. If you can see, if you take example, like here we have given the example in this topic, when an object made of a substance like glass, plastic, ebonite, amber, nylon, hard rubber, etc., is rubbed with the wool, fur, and silk, it acquires an electric charge due to friction. Now, why do they acquire electric charge? Now, we all know that every substance is made up of atom. An atom is made up of proton, neutron, and electron. Proton and neutron is placed in nucleus, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Whenever we are talking about electrons, again there are two kinds of electrons. One is inner electrons and other is valence electrons. So what do you mean by valence electrons? Valence electrons, the electrons which are placed in the outermost orbit. And inner electrons means which are placed in the inside orbits. Okay. So these kind of electricity is produced due to this valence electrons. Now these valence electrons are relatively free as compared to the inner electron. So when we are rubbing the two objects on each other, the electrons of one object get transferred to the other object. So if we are taking object 1 and object 2, if the electron is transferred from object 1 to object 2, so definitely there is a lacking of electron. So this object 1 will acquire positive charge and this object 2 is getting extra electron, so it is acquiring negative charge. So these two substances will get electrified or will be charged. Now these charged objects will show what? Static electricity. That means these two objects will acquire attractive property. Okay, and this property is called what? Static electricity. Okay, now we can see this activity. Now here we can take a plastic comb and we will bring it nearer to the bits of paper. What you will observe, the bits of paper will be on their place. They will not get attracted towards the comb. But if we rub the comb on the hair and then you bring the comb nearer to the bits of paper, what you will observe? The bits of paper get attracted towards the comb. So when we are rubbing comb on hair, the electrons get transferred and comb as well as hair will get charged. So now this comb is a charged body and this charged body has acquired attractive property due to which these bits of paper get attracted towards it. So here we have produced static electricity by rubbing the plastic comb over the hair. Again, we can take this second example. Here we can take a plastic pen. Again, without rubbing, we can bring it towards the bits of paper. What you will observe? the bits of paper do not get attracted towards it. But again, if you rub this plastic pen with the wool and then you will bring it close to the paper bits, what you will observe? The bits of paper get attracted towards it. It means the pen get charged and acquired a attractive property, and it shows static electricity. So here also in this example also you can see that we can take a glass rod. We have taken here two objects. One is glass rod and other is a silk cloth. Now these two objects are not being rubbed till date. So what will happen? They do not acquire an attractive property. So when we are bringing these two objects nearer to a piece of paper, what you will observe? These piece of papers will not get attracted towards it. But when we rub the glass rod with silk cloth, what will happen? The electron will get transferred from one object to another. So both the objects will be charged and they acquire attractive property. Now you can see the change. We bring them like glass rod as well as cloth. We bring them close to the bits of paper. You can observe that the bits of paper get attracted towards it. So this way we can produce a static electricity in the object. I hope you have understood the concept of static electricity. Again in this activity, now the new activity we can see here. Here they have taken a balloon, a simple balloon, and we bring this balloon nearer to the wall. And we will see now first we have to hold the balloon, and when you will bring the balloon close to the wall, you just we will just make the balloon free. What you will observe? The balloon will fall down. Now next what we will do? Now take the same balloon and rub with the wool. Okay. So when we are rubbing it, what will happen? The static electricity is produced. And when you bring this balloon nearer to the wall, what will happen? What will happen? The balloon now stick to the wall. This shows that the balloon on rubbing with wool gets charged due to friction and therefore it sticks to the wall. So this way we have taken a different activities where we can understand what do you mean by static electricity. Okay. Now next we will see how we can produce the static electricity or what are the properties of static electricity. Now, when the two objects have acquired electric charges, so there are two kinds of electric charges. One is positive and other is negative. As I told you that when the electrons is transferred to the other subject, other object, the object which is a electron rich or which is having a extra electron or excess of electron will acquire negative charge, and the object which will have a lack of electron or less number of electrons will acquire a positive charge. So now here, what we can do? We can take a glass rod and rub it with silk to make it charge and suspend this glass rod with a thread. Now rub it also with silk and bring it nearer to the suspended rod. Okay, now what we can see here, again we can just continue here, we can repeat here. Take a glass rod A and rub with the silk to make it charge. Okay, rod A. Suspend the glass rod A with a thread. So first we are rubbing the glass rod with the silk. Now next we take another glass rod B and rub it also with the silk and bring it near one end of the suspended rod. Now here we are taken the same objects, glass rod and silk, but we have rubbed it separately and we have got a two charge glass rod. So when we are bringing these two glass rod, what you will observe here, these two glass rods will repel each other, are repelling each other. It means both the glass rods will acquire a same charge. Okay, that's why they are rubbing it. Now in the next activity, what we are doing here, take a abonoid rod and rubbed it with the fur. to make it charge. Suspend the charge rod A with a thread. Now another ebonite rod B, rub it with the fur, bring it near one end of the suspended rod A. Again what you will observe? You will observe that both the ebonite rod will repel each other. It means both the rods are carrying similar charges. So, unlike charges repel each other, unlike charges at us. Here we can see that like charges repel each other. Now what we can do, we here in the next activity we got a glass rod. Okay, we have charged the glass rod and as well as we have charged the ebonite rod. Okay, so we take two these different rods and we bring it together. Like here we take a glass rod A rubbed with the silk and we take a ebonite rod B and rubbed with fur, and we will bring these two rods nearer to it. What you will observe? You will observe that both will attract each other. It means the glass rod with rubbed with the silk acquire a one charge, and ebonite rod rubbed with the fur will acquire another charge. And that means these two rods acquire opposite charges. So they attract each other. Okay, so from this experiment, what we can conclude? There are two kinds of charges. Like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. Okay, so these are the two important parts. Now here we can conclude that substances which have similar charge as that developed on a glass rod when it is rubbed with silk are said to have a positive charge, or they said to be positively charged. That means glass rod rubbed with the silk are said to have a positive charge. Substances which have a similar charge as that developed on the ebonite rod when it is rubbed with fur are said to have a negative charge, or they should be negatively charged. So there are two kinds of charges, positive charge and negative charge. Next, conservation of charges. That means how we can preserve these charges. Now here, before rubbing the two objects, each object is uncharged so that the net charge is zero. Now when two objects are rubbed together, both are charged equally, but the charges on them are of the opposite kind, sorry. Thus the total charge of the objects before and after rubbing remains the same. This is called conservation of charges. This is very, very important. Like for example, when a glass rod is rubbed with the glass rod charge positive and silk charge negative. That means, see here, now here if I have taken a glass rod and here this is a silk cloth. Okay, and we are rubbing these two objects on each other. So after rubbing, what we can observe, like we can conclude that after doing the experiment, always remember that glass rod always acquires a positive charge and silk cloth acquires a negative charge always. That's why when we are bringing or next we took the experiment where we have taken the ebonite rod and we rubbed with the wool. Okay, so in this case these ebonite rod will acquire negative charge and wool will acquire positive charge. So when we are bringing these two rods together, what you will observe? They get attracted to each other. Similarly, when you bring these two clothes together, what will happen? They get attract with each other or attract each other. Now, why the glass rod? When we are rubbing the glass rod and silk cloth, why the glass rod will acquire a positive charge? If they acquire a positive charge, that means there is a lacking of electrons. It means while rubbing, the electrons will transfer from glass rod to cloth. And in this case, when you are rubbing the ebonite rod with the wall, this is negatively charged. That means electron is moved from wool to ebonite rod. So this wool is having a lacking of electron and ebonite rod is having an extra electron. That's why it acquires a negative charge. So as I discussed that these kind of charges are developed due to the movement of electrons. Okay, or definitely it is due to a valence electrons. Similarly, when An ebonite rod is rubbed with the fur. The ebonite rod is charged negative and the fur is charged positively by the same amount. So here, as I discussed before, that every body is made up of an atom. An atom is electrically neutral. Electrically neutral means what? The atom consists of equal number of protons and electrons. Now we know that neutron is chargeless. Proton is positively charged. Electron is negatively charged. So when the protons and electrons are in equal number, they cancel their charges and they become electrically neutral. So it has protons, neutrons inside the nucleus at the center, and around which the electrons revolve in a different orbits. The number of electrons in an atom is equal to the number of protons. However, some of these electrons can easily leave their atoms. These are called free electrons. As I told you, free electrons is nothing but what? Valence electrons. So these valence electrons or these free electrons are placed in the outermost orbit. So they are far away from the, or they are away from the nucleus. So nuclear force of attraction is less on the free electrons or on the valence electrons. So they can easily leave the atom and acquire a charge. So here we have seen that a glass rod and silk. So when we are rubbing the glass rod and silk, the glass rod will acquire a positive charge and a silk will acquire a negative charge. That means the electron is transferred from glass rod to electron. Okay.